All right, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you, Josh, for explaining what DeFi is and explaining the pros and the cons of decentralized financial systems and what it can mean to us. What I'm now going to talk about is decentralized finance versus centralized finance and what that can mean for you. So let's recap a little bit before we dive deeper. So decentralized finance, also called open finance, when decentralized finance, the name was born, people were still debating open finance. I personally like decentralized finance much more, so it became decentralized finance. It's basically an ecosystem comprised of applications, decentralized applications, dApps, on top of blockchain systems. Centralized finance is basically what we have today. So centralized finance is, in my opinion, built on a legacy financial technology stack where there's no transparency, where there's not that fast speeds we have in DeFi. And thus also in decentralized finance, we trust protocols, and in centralized finance, we trust bureaucrats or companies, corporations, governments that we in decentralized finance don't have to trust. It's all transparent. Both sides share the same goal: enable people to use currency for financial services. They differ in how they achieve these goals. Centralized finance, or fintech, because fintech is basically an upgrade what centralized finance got. But in my opinion, it only upgraded the front end, the GUI. So what a lot of fintech companies do, they work with the legacy financial system. They all want to become banks, but they still have to work with old IBM mainframes. They still have to work with the legacy financial system as we know of today. In centralized finance, the settlement layer for fintech, traditional finance, DeFi, is not code, but the source of truth is a bureaucrat somewhere. There's no cryptographic guarantee or immutability of a transaction. We need to trust a bureaucrat or trust software. The main difference is that in DeFi there is no bureaucrat or technology gatekeeper between the builder and the idea or the user and the protocol. The execution of the critical logic is secured as it happens. The focal point is not performance, but trust. This illustration to the right here displays that perfectly. In fintech or centralized financial systems, we have trust-based software. I myself worked in fintech, and you always have to deal with a couple of these main software packages, etc. It's all outdated, annoying, and you still it's not open. The innovation goes very slow, and you still have a huge layer of bureaucracy, licenses, etc., etc., etc. In DeFi, we built everything from the ground up to be trust minimized software with a little layer of bureaucracy, which I would call DAOs and other political forms which everybody can engage with. Like if you want, you can also become or work with a DAO. More about that later in the course. Fintech is rooted in bureaucracy and trust. DeFi is free and trust minimized. DeFi is a financial revolution. It's a reaction to the failure of traditional financial systems to move fast and agile. The current financial system is inaccessible, inefficient, and just old and needs to go away. Worst, it turned into a walled garden and monopoly that has basically been created, and that's basically the current landscape that we're in as of today. This memes display everything, in a very nice way. We don't have any power nowadays, right? It's like they're printing money. They're printing this $1 trillion coin, and we just need to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, I guess. And we don't have power. Well, with the coming of decentralized finance, we will have more power, and we will actually have a pushback if the government is getting out of control. Joe Crook, co-founder of Augur and Pantera, said it very nicely. Finance has not even begun its equivalent to the printing press phase of information revolution. And I fully agree with that. DeFi will do to fintech what the internet did to news media. DeFi is accessible, efficient, and transparent. And Most importantly, there's no gatekeeper between the builder and the ideas. Because it's, of course, for the user. As DeFi protocol users, it's going to be very cool and very, very nice to use different DeFi protocols. But also, if you want to build something or if you want to engage, there's nobody that says to you, you can't do anything. And that's also one really, really big important part. DeFi democratizes and the creation and access to financial instruments. There's no bureaucrat or technology gatekeeper between you and the thing that you want to build, or you and the thing that you want to invest or investigate in. Blocks are permissionless news media. DeFi is permissionless finance. All right, so DeFi automates inefficient human processes and makes them systemically transparent. We no longer need regulatory custodians, escrow agents, or any of the necessary intermediaries. In our current centralized financial system, we can all replace them basically by smart contracts. In 2008, if had Michael, it would be hard to be Michael Burry because everything was going up. It was like, the housing bubble was about to blow. But it was still very hard for everybody to see what was going on. Now in 2021 or 2020, all that it takes to be the Big Short is Etherscan. We can transparently see everything that's going on the blockchain. We only need a couple of blockchain tools to actually be as Michael Burry or to be as a Wall Street broker or as a financial guru that makes 10,000% gains. Well, we have all the tools. We have all the applications just at the tip of our mouse. And we can all have a level playing field that's transparent, open for everybody. So DeFi is a revolution. Let's construct a new financial system, a system that is transparent and open for everybody, a trusted system that minimizes trust for everyone. Let's create a new financial system in the way it always has meant to be. I want to say that this DeFi innovation is the same as we see it now unfolding in front of our eyes. We're still at a very early stage. We're still just scratching the surface of what this financial innovation can do. I think we're still in the hello world phase of decentralized financial systems. And in DeFi, over-collateralized loans, where Josh is going to tell more about what that is, how that works, and what it means, is, in my opinion, the hello world of programmable money. All right, if anybody has any questions or has some insights, I would like to hear what you think about my speech about how DeFi is a revolution. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Tell it to me. Let me know in the forum. In the next video, Josh is going to tell us a little bit about the history of decentralized finance and how this whole ecosystem emerged and how it evolved to where we are today. And later, we will also explore the future, where we are going and where the opportunities lie. See you in the next video, and thank you very much.